Welcome back to Wrestling in Mom's Basement. This waving fool next to me. I, of course, am Patrick Young. This Bailey buddy next to me is my co-host, Joe Benito, and we are going to do our year-end awards for WWE and wrestling in general.
This is the first time we're doing our awards on the podcast for a full year, being from January to December. Last year we did these from July to December. So this is the first time we've been with the podcast for the full year doing this. So welcome to the 2018 WWE WIMB Awards. These are the awards where we honor the hard-working man and woman of mostly WWE. And my hair looking a mess. Based on our work over the last 12 months, and a few notes before it begins. For the most part, this is just WWE only. So, there's that. It only says in the title. It's only saying the title of the video when you click on it. But I want you to remember that if you put in the comment section why there's no New Japan, Ring of Honor, or Impact, or anything else in here.
Yeah.
And there's a couple mentions.
We don't really get to follow Ring of Honor or New Japan that much.
Right. Impact we do, then we don't. But now, since I just bought the app again, we do. Yes. It's WWE only. For the most part. These awards are based on our own personal choices. There were no polls on Twitter or YouTube. I think you could poll on YouTube, I'm not sure. Or any write-in votes from any of our friends in the wrestling business. Our names are on the awards. On our loose leaf and in our computers.
Yeah, so I'm not spoiling it. So
we get to pick each winners, and I don't expect anybody listening to this to agree with what we say, but I want to do my best to justify all my choices. I can't speak for him, so I will justify all my choices. So
I don't owe you guys an explanation on it, Dan.
The awards are based on performance. It doesn't necessarily matter if a person wins all the matches on television, and titles really aren't that important. It's not the performance or anything. And regarding NXT, WWE's third brand is included on reward as well. The NXT brand is also, I'm not going to ignore it. The same goes for 205 Live, the Mae Young Classic, and WWE's UK brand. Anything that is WWE considered for these awards, I don't remember, is we tried to have fun when we talk about wrestling. I can't speak for him, I don't take it too seriously. Well, I mean, I'm serious about it, but I don't take it too seriously in terms of, like...
I take it very seriously, where if you disagree with me, I take it personally. I cut you out of my life.
And shockingly,
I excommunicate you.
Calm down, AJ.
No, I don't take it that seriously.
No, AJ does. And I forget to say I don't take myself too seriously. I can't speak for you. If you disagree with stuff, that's cool. Just keep it civil in the comments and don't be shy to offer your take. I think we did a similar intro. I think I did a similar intro before last year too.
Yes.
But I want to make sure it covers everything, so I need to say.
It's just our opinion, folks.
Yes, and we changed the form.
How about I give us a different angle so that should get us in there?
There we go. And we changed the format of these awards a bit. Some awards have been removed. Worst match of the year and best video package. Because, well, there's a lot of those, or not too many, of worst matches. So, last year we had them in major and minor categories. This year, there are 25 categories, no major, no minor. So we'll just get to it with the last one I wrote. Hold on, because that won't make sense. I should have wrote this the opposite way. But who cares? Most memorable moment of the year. I also have the list of previous winners for when I did on my winners for these awards. I don't have past, but I can give you mine.
I don't even have mine, so.
So, most memorable moment is to be given to the most memorable moment of the year. Believe it or not. And just to give you an idea where my head's been from 2009, that's as far back I can find. Now I'm not sure if we did these awards like 2007, 2008 for us.
I don't think we did.
But like 2009 well definitely, yeah. Well, for 2009 most, should I tell them? Yeah, might as well. There's a reason why I typed up the 17-page thing. 2009 winner was The Undertaker and Michaels match for best moment for me. 2010, Brit and Shawn embracing the ring. 2011, CM Punk's promo, June 27th Raw. 2012, Brock's return, April 2nd Raw. 2013, Daniel Bryan wins the WWE title, leading to a heel Triple H Orton. 2014, Dom takes on a feud streak as a Mania 30 when he loses to Brock. 2015, Seth Rollins becomes the champion of WrestleMania. 2016, AJ Styles debuts the Royal Rumble. And 2017, most memorable moment, Hardy Boys return to WWE at WrestleMania. So, Pat?
Okay, so I had 5 runners-up.
Okay, I had them, but there's a lot I talk about later awards, so I just stuck with 1 runner-up and 1 winner.
Okay.
But go with before you get to your second place.
Alright, so
I don't have first.
In 5th place,
Okay.
I put Evolution.
That's a good one. That was one of them.
Extreme Making Event, all-woman show. Number 4, I put Daniel Bryan Returns.
Okay.
I think that's a pretty memorable moment. We all thought he'd never wrestle a WWE event ever again. Lo and behold, he's cleared. And then number 3, I have Ronda Rousey debuts at the Royal Rumble.
Okay. All ones I would have had. My number 2, my runner-up is Becky Lynch attacks Ronda Rousey on Raw.
Okay. My number 2, okay, I may cheat a little bit and not made it WWE only, but I guess it sort of affects WWE. But that's going to be my number 1. So my number 2 would be Roman's leukemia announcement / Dean Ambrose turning on later tonight.
Okay. And my winner, because I had 2, Daniel Bryan announces his return to the ring after 3 years away. I'll be covering the Daniel Bryan promo later on, so I'm not going to get too into that. I just still remember sitting around that afternoon in February. It snowed that day.
Yeah.
Or was it March? Might have actually been March.
I think it was March.
Yeah, we didn't get snow in February. We got it in March and April. Yeah, I still remember sitting around, and it snowed that day. And I read some spoiler, not even spoiler, but like some headline that said there will be an announcement from Bryan, but they didn't announce the news yet. And this one texted me and told me, I was like, oh my god!
Yeah, I was actually at work on a pickup for children.
And when he texted me.
Yeah, and I was just on my phone, just waiting for them to come and.
When I first see the headline, not before you text me, I figured it had to be something good. Because he already did a SAS speech in February 2016. Yeah. And obviously, once you told me it was. So I'm glad Bryan's not going to the ring. He resigned with resigned with WWE late this year to work less live event. Well, I wrote it 2017 and 2018. Late 2018 to work less live events. So I hope he has several more healthy years ahead of him. His return puts a smile on my face more than anything else in WWE this year. The rise of Becky Lynch was one of the best stories of 2018 as well. I think in terms of an angle, Becky in the SmackDown Woman invading role prior to that series was an awesome angle. It's too bad Lynch suffered a broken nose and concussion due to a hard punch to the face from Nia Jax. But it may work out for the best if WWE saves the first Lynch versus Rousey match for WrestleMania later this year. Doing the Survivor Series would have been cool, but WrestleMania is better. And I know that the leukemia announcement from Roman Reigns was memorable too, but I'd like to think of this as a positive award or something I released to a wrestling angle. That's why I don't have it here.
So my number 1, it is going to be a memorable moment, and I guess roundabout way it is WWE. That there's in fact another major promotion that came about that sold out a 10,000 seat arena. I'm going to go with my memorable moment of 2018 being All In.
There you go. Can't argue that one. Up next, Best WWE Network Show.
I have 5.
I have 4 overall.
Okay. So my number 5 is going to be AJ Styles 365.
Okay.
It was cool to see it was cool to follow the year of the top star of a brand, and just seeing what they went through, all their trials and tribulations throughout that one year. You don't usually get to see that, and I thought it was a nice insight. And AJ Styles is one of my favorite performers, so it was just all interesting around to me.
Number 4 for me, the Edge of Christian show.
Number 4 for me was the Edge of Christian show.
By the way, I'll go into detail. I'll go into detail together, so that's why.
Okay.
Number 3, something else to wrestle with Bruce Pritchard and Conrad Thompson.
I put that too.
Number 3?
Number 3, yeah.
Number 2, WWE 24, the Hardy Boys Woken.
Oh, really? Okay. Number 2 for me was Dean Ambrose's Chronicle episode.
And number 1 was the WWE Chronicle series as a whole. That's why.
Okay.
I liked all the 24s, but it was mainly the Hardy one that stands out still.
Number 1 for me was WWE 24 Woken, the Hardy Boys. That actually may have been the best documentary from WWE I've ever seen.
Yeah, I do agree with. For me, there were 4 episodes of Chronicle. And I finally got to catch up on the first 2 that I'd never seen. And I thought they were all outstanding. They followed those superstar around prior to the big match announcement. The episode focused on Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe, Dean Ambrose, and Becky Lynch. So the 4, I thought the Ambrose episode was the best because it showed him during his rehab for arm surgery. And he was really candid about a lot of things. Hearing Lynch talk about her rise to the top was cool too. I recommend checking those out if you've never seen them. The Hardy Boys Woken was, my past arguably the strongest WWE documentary ever produced. And they went there, and thanks to Impact, really was able to finally tell the story the right way. As a fan of Bruce Prichard and Conrad Thompson's podcast, it was nice to see someone else wrestle appear on the WWE Network.
And they also added stuff to like what they were talking about, like behind the scenes shots where Bruce Prichard's like producing a segment or whatever, and just little stuff that you never actually get to see in a normal like WWE show.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty nice little cherries on top.
I think the podcast is better than the WWE Network show, but it's still cool to get even more content from them talking about various things in history on WWE Network. I enjoyed the Rise of the Rock and the Mega Powers Explode episodes the most. And it was nice to see Ezra Christian show return to share more episodes coming in the current year, 2018. I have a similar sense of humor as them, so it works. So I enjoy it. Some of the content's stupid, but I enjoy the smart comments, inside jokes a lot. They do a good job with it. Number 23, comeback of the year, to be given to somebody who come back from injury or somebody who should have kept on going. This is actually a new award. I made a mistake. We had like 27 awards last year, not 25. I took 2 away and then added 2. So there's a new award starting this year. I have 3 total.
I have 5.
Okay.
So number 5 for me is Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
It's essentially when he returned or / got called up and returned to the main roster. It was just so unexpected that he would jump straight onto the main roster when he got cleared. So it was also nice to see him just run roughshod, and it was interesting to see where they're going to go with him and off that point. Number 4, I chose The Undertaker at WrestleMania. It's The Undertaker at WrestleMania, enough said.
Number 3, I chose Dean Ambrose.
Okay. Number 3 for me, I chose Tommaso Ciampa.
Okay. Number 2, Drew McIntyre.
Number 2 for me was Rey Mysterio.
Number 1, Tommaso Ciampa.
Number 1 for me was Dean Ambrose.
Real quick before I go into my reason, the best WWE Network show previous ones I had. 2015, I had Breaking Ground, the NXT series. 2016, I had the Christian show, and 2017, WWE 24 as a whole. The current NXT champion, Tommaso Ciampa, he was sidelined for the second half of 2017 with a torn ACL in his knee. He came back strong, started this year, and had the match of the year, or had a match of the year contender at NXT TakeOver New Orleans in April. Which was his first match back since the injury. He was one of the best heels this year. I think it shows how tall this guy is and how also the performer he is too. Drew McIntyre was released at WWE in 2014 after he was called a future world champion about 5 years earlier. The 3MB group that he was a part of were treated like a joke, and McIntyre was still his aim by WWE. He left for 3 years and proved as an all-around talent, became NXT champion in 2017 and lost the title, got hurt, and debuted on the Raw during Superstar Shakeup. Since then, McIntyre's been one of the best performers in WWE and someone that will label as a future world champion in 2019. there are a lot of guys on the current roster that should look at McIntyre as an inspiration, because some of them are doing nothing like he was. Drew's shown his hard work pays off, and Dean Ambrose missed 8 months for internal arm surgery last December. At one point, Ambrose had a staph infection, almost died from it, which shows just how serious it was. Ambrose came back in the best shape of his career, with fans immediately noticing he was more muscular than ever. Ambrose deserves a lot of credit for busting his ace return looking as good as he ever has. 22 best announcer. To give it to the best announcer in WWE, it could be play-by-play or analyst. The past winners I have for 2009, Jim Ross. 2010, Matt Striker. 2011 was so bad I gave it to Booker T. 2012, JBL. 2013, JBL. 2014, JBL. 2015, Corey Graves. 2016, Corey Graves. 2017, Corey Graves. So, I only have 2.
I have 5, because I thought you said you were going to put 5 on each one.
I said veered.
And I just came up with 5 for each one. So my 5th one would be Vic Joseph, the NXT UK play-by-play guy.
Play-by-play.
And 205 Live play-by-play. Number 4, I put Nigel McGuinness.
Okay.
Number 3, I'm probably going to get hate on this, but screw you, Michael Cole. He's the unsung hero and gets a lot of shit for it, so.
Number 2, Corey Graves.
Number 2, Corey Graves.
Number 1, Mauro Ranallo.
Number 1, Mauro Ranallo.
I've done Mauro Ranallo because he's the voice of NXT, and I love the genuine passion he has for business. It was such a great year for NXT, but Ranallo served as a key part of it by putting the rivalries in the best way possible. Something Colsey made during the Gargano-Ciampa rivalry more epic.
Yeah.
I think Raw or SmackDown will benefit from Ranallo as the play-by-play guy by faking hate the weekly travel. So being NXT is the right place for him. And as you can see from the past ones listed, I like Corey Graves a lot too. I feel like Corey is announced on WTV for 5 hours a week, plus more pay-per-view week, shows how much faith WWE has in him to do a good job. He's a heel announcer most of the time, but I wish he was even more heelish the way Bobby Heenan or Jerry Lawler still were in their prime.
Yeah. If you just literally look at that feud with Gargano and Ciampa, the person that put it over the top was Mauro Ranallo. Like, the adjectives he'd come up to describe Tommaso Ciampa, that evil son of a bitch. Tommaso Ciampa. Just great stuff. That's why he wins it.
Yeah, up next, best finish move.
Okay.
You sound shocked.
No, okay.
So you go to the best finish move in WWE. My past winners, we started this in 2012. 2012, Neutralizer by Cesaro. 2013, Neutralizer by Cesaro. 2014, Red Arrow by Neville. 2015, Pop-Up Powerbomb by Kevin Owens. 2016, Styles Clash by AJ Styles. And 2017, Eclipse by Ember Moon. I got 4.
Okay. I got 5. So my 5th one is going to be the Black Mass Kick from Aleister Black. For some reason, I just really like that move. It's quick, it's sudden. Aleister hits it perfectly just every time, except minus Lars Sullivan.
Number 4 for me, 054 by Mustafa Ali.
Number 4, 054, Mustafa Ali.
Number 3, Shatter Machine by The Revival.
I do like that move too. But for me, I think there's nothing really more dominant than Dean Ambrose's Dirty Deeds. I don't think anybody's kicked out of it yet.
That's very right. Number 2, Insane Elbow by Kairi Sane.
Number 2, I put the Eclipse.
Number 1, I'm repeating here, Eclipse by Ember Moon.
Number 1 for me is the Curb Stomp.
For Ember, well, first this award was minor for several years. Time elevator. Ember's a repeat winner because I think it's just a cool spot with her opponent stunned in the ring in a standing position. Moon goes up, jumps off of her own unique version of Summer. Some of the women saw it well, Becky James especially, and so that helps too. It's a move that's always going to generate a big pop for Moon, and I think that makes her stand out.
Yeah, I choose the Curb Stomp because it literally came back this year, I believe.
Yeah, it did.
Either late last year or early this year. And I was so happy that it returned because it helped make Seth Rollins stand out, and to me, I think it's the perfect finishing move for Seth Rollins.
Next, stupidest booking decision. To be given to the stupidest choice made by WWE's creative team. We only did this 1 year ago, this year. So the 2017 recipient, Jinder Mahal, as WWE champion. Like anything else is going to win. Last year. I have 3.
I have 5. So, my number 5 is Shane O'Mac, best in the world. For obvious reasons. For Carmella as champion, she held it way too long and beat Asuka twice for it. And now we're on to number 3.
Baron Corbin as the power hungry GM role.
I guess it's kind of the same, because for as many times as we use this as Botch of the Week, it should be on here and by itself on the list. Raw.
Number 2, the WWE Championship headlined only 1 of the 15 WWE pay-per-views this year.
Okay. 2, I put Sasha and Bayley.
My number 1, his first reign, not his current reign. Brock Lesnar is Universal Champion for way too long in the first reign.
Okay.
So that kind of carries over.
My number 1 is Nicholas.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, Nicholas. There's a 10-year-old boy with Braun Strowman, one of the WWE Tag Team Champions, against the Bar. And not only that, Braun Strowman in that process also buried the Raw Tag Division, so...
For me, Brock Lesnar's first reign as WWE Universal Champion lasted from April 2017 until SummerSlam 2018. The expectation was that Lesnar would drop the title of Roman Reigns at WrestleMania this year, but Vince McMahon decided to change his mind and keep on the absentee champion Brock. When Reigns had to vacate the title because of leukemia, most of us figured was following Braun Strowman signing Universal Champion. Nope. It went back to Brock. Again, I'm not here to wind up Brock the person because I respect a guy that gets the best deal possible, even if only he's wrestling on TV less than 10 times a year. My complaint is when Vince McMahon and his creative team decided to hurt Raw by having an absentee Universal Champion for 9 out of 12 months this year. The only time the WWE Championship was in the main event of the pay-per-view this year was Fastlane in March. And that was only because it was the last SmackDown only pay-per-view of the year. The WWE tells us the most coveted prize in the business still is. Just where its place doesn't change the fact. It would be nice if WWE remembered that though. And I think Baron Corbin will remember as one of the worst on-screen GMs or guys in charge, if you want to use that label, whatever, that there's ever been. Because the last 2 or 3 months of Raw have been so bad. Once again, it's not the fault of the performer. It's the creative team. They did a poor job. Next, funniest moment. I only have 1.
I have 5, actually. Number 5, dude falls in the snow.
Oh,
Literally, it was just on an episode in Green Bay and it's snowing outside.
Yep.
And I think the production team were getting like a shot of an establishing shot of like a statue along with the arena. And they held on to it a little long, and then there was just this guy that ran in. I guess he was part of the production
and
team.
he just slipped.
Yeah, he was in shorts and it was just snowing down. He ran up and literally like slid and fell. It was pretty funny. Number 4, I'm going to go with Jericho and Elias at Raw 25. They just had a great backstage interaction. Wish it was longer. Number 3, I put Austin and Vince are also at Royal Rumble. Raw 25. Just great, nostalgic interaction between Vince and Austin. They had a beer bash and Austin started Vince and Shane. Number 2 for me was Kane being unmasked accidentally at Crown Jewel. Him and Shawn Michaels were literally on the top row punching each other, and I guess Shawn held onto the mask a little too long that he literally just pulled Kane's mask right off, and that wasn't supposed to happen.
And number 1, Titus O'Neil at the Great Rumble.
Yeah, there's not a number 1. Titus O'Neil sliding.
I literally created those award this year because I needed to do something to honor the moment. When Titus O'Neil ran down the ring at the Great Rumble, slipped on a mat and went directly under the ring.
Titus World Slide.
I think that's one most amazing about this moment, that is, even if he tried to recreate this spot, there's no way it would look as good as when he actually slipped and fell. Titus was lucky not to hit his head on the side of the apron. He also missed a hard part under the ring because there were pieces of metal down there that would really hurt if somebody went into. But kudos to Tyson for being able to laugh about as well as that. That makes him a great guy. And there's overall for me, the Tyson World Slide spot is by far the winner.
Yeah, it is by far the winner.
Best weekly WWE TV show.
Okay.
When we first started these awards in 2013 for this one. 2013, NXT. 2014, NXT. 2015, NXT. 2016, SmackDown. 2017, NXT.
There's a pretty good track record on it.
I have 3.
I have all 5 actually. Number 5 obviously is Raw. Number 4, since it just started, NXT UK, and they also seem to be ups and downs with that. So NXT UK would be my 4th one. You said 3, right?
Yes. Number 3, SmackDown.
Number 3 for me is NXT.
Okay. Number 2, 205 Live.
Number 2 for me is SmackDown Live.
And number 1 for me, NXT.
Number 1 for me is 205 Live. To me, I think that's just been the most consistent show of the year. More NXT, sometimes they can feel like a lot of squash matches and then a pretty good match later on or some part of the show. They usually do have pretty good stories going through each episode, though. So it's up that high. SmackDown, it's almost 2 hours of enjoyment, essentially, each week. Raw can't pull off 3, but SmackDown can do 2. Should be a lesson to Raw. And 205 Live is literally, again, the most consistent show.
For me, this has been the best year in NXT history.
Okay.
I didn't know 2015 could be topped, but they did that thanks to incredible roster talent that is a nice mix of wrestling veterans working with younger WWE talent. I'll be touching later on how awesome takeover shows were with all 5 takeovers being better than any main roster pay-per-view this year. The weekly NXT show is very good too. 205 Live and SmackDown were strong for most of the year, and with Raw, it just shows that those 2 shows are consistently better. Same as the UK. What's funny is Raw has never won this award.
Yeah.
Of course, we fair Raw, we did start these in 2013, so they were already 3 hours.
Yeah.
But obviously, I think being 3 hours first hit quite a bit. Good luck in 2019. They're on the right path at current time, so good for them. Most improved performer, I got 2. Or 3.
Most improved, I've got 5 still. My 5th one is going to be Drew McIntyre. He literally just stepped up his game persona. Even from NXT, where he now just comes off as a straight badass. Number 4, probably the more controversial one, but I'm actually going to put Becky Lynch in this spot. I always knew Becky was great. She just needed, I guess, a moment just to pull her along and give her some spotlight. 3, Tommaso Ciampa. Again, he was previously great in the ring, but just his persona just upped big time for him.
My number 3, Andrade Cien Almas.
Okay. My number 2 is Ronda Rousey. Literally, I had no idea what she had or if she had anything. So it's all improvement for her. I know that's a cheap one, but it's my list.
Number 2, Buddy Murphy.
Number 1 for me will in fact be Buddy Murphy. I think he's been the cornerstone of 205 Live this year, and 205 Live has been my favorite show.
Before I announce I'm wearing the previous winners of this award for me: 09 Kofi, 2010 Cody, 2011 Zack, 2012. I literally put Ryback because I remember that nobody improved, and Ryback had good matches with the Shield. 2013, speaking of Shield, Roman. 2014, Damian Mizdow. 2015, Bayley. 2016, The Miz. 2017, Braun Strowman. My winner, Velveteen Dream.
Okay.
I'll be praising Velveteen a lot later on, so I'm not going to go too far into it. I just think Dream improved this show to the point where I went from being a guy that had potential to somebody that delivers several huge matches at takeover matches, which makes me believe in him as a future world champion. There are rumors that Almas is unhappy with WWE these days. I hope those rumors are false, and he sticks out because he's got a lot of talent. And I can see him becoming the U.S. champion at some point in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
While a possible main event push could happen. He's showing a bright future. Buddy, obviously, just consistently been great. And someone might think of Becky Lynch. I had the first in there as improved. But she don't qualify, believe me. She was already great.
She
was always great.
But now she's just the man.
She's just been given more opportunities this year while she's taking advantage of. That's not improved. That's about damn time. Big difference. See you up next for part 2 of these awards.
See you then.